Hi, my name is Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to be doing a video walking around just to try something new. Why not? It's also raining too, so I'm not going to stay stationary. Maybe you get to see some of the background now. Yeah, I'm in Fort Lauderdale. It was raining earlier, now it's not. But today I'm going to be talking to you about one of the most blocked chakras ever. This is the sacral chakra. Most of you are having blocked sacral chakras and it's affecting your love life, your gifts, everything about what you do, and you're not really sure where or what's going wrong. Well, this is not actually the most popular chakra. This chakra is the most neglected chakra ever. Now, most people don't ever feel drawn to work with the sacral chakra. I wonder if my arm's gonna get tired holding this camera up, but actually no, this is completely fine. I'll just switch arms. But you know, when I talk to people who are new to crystals, they're like, I want to work with the ones that open your third eye. I want to open my crown chakra. I want to work with rose quartz first. Okay, you can work with those crystals first. The thing is, that's not the most beneficial thing for you to be doing. If you have blockages of the solar plexus chakra, you're going to feel tired all the time. You're going to feel lack of creativity. There are several physical translations of the sacral chakra that I don't really teach as much about on my channel, just because I like to stick with the disclaimer aspect and saying that basically I'm not teaching any medical doctor information. But if you want to know about blocked solar plexus sacral chakra symptoms, you can find that online. So one thing you can also do as well is work with the color orange more. Or if you're not really sure what chakra is most likely to be blocked, here's what I like to teach. Look at a picture of a rainbow and look at every single color in the rainbow and ask yourself, which color in the rainbow turns me off the most? Which one turns me on the most and which one turns me off the most? Now, you might look at the purples and the blues and the indigos and you're like, oh, this feels nice. I love the color of the vibrancy of this. It's my favorite color. It's just sticking out to me. And now focus on the other parts of the rainbow. Most of you guys are going to have the red, and the yellow the red, orange, and the yellow part of the rainbow will kind of bother you. Like, hey, I don't want to look at that. I want to look at the more beautiful parts of the rainbow. That's actually where you can tell where your sacral chakra is blocked. Sometimes some of you have a root chakra and a sacral chakra blockage, but working with a crystal such as Madagascar carnelian will really help to unblock your solar plexus chakra. It can also unblock the red side of the root chakra as well. So it's a really, really, really dark carnelian versus the more lighter carnelians that work on the upper, I call it the sacral plexus, because we have bridge chakras. So we have chakras right here and chakras that go up and down and basically connect. So we have if you're not sure about chakras, check them online, but we have way more than 7 chakras. We have the heart chakra, we have the throat chakra, and we have a bridge chakra. I've been trying to find a name for that. People are like the throat chakra. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. So I'm going to come up with a different name for that. But the heart chakra is, people want to work on that the most, but they can be kind of ungrounded or overwhelmed by working with heart chakra crystals if they're not fully ready, such as malachite. But let's talk about some orange crystals, because you guys never see me wear orange crystals, and I really do need to wear more orange crystals. They're a lot less common. They're a lot less heard of. I keep some orange crystals upstairs because, this is a secret as well. If you're wearing orange crystals near the neck or near the head, they give you brain power. They give you severe just abilities to really develop your creativity, really awaken different gifts of just creating, including manifestation. You wear orange crystals around the neck, you're going to have some very powerful manifestation abilities, and it's really cool. You're also going to be able to make stuff that you never thought you'd be able to make. If you're an author or a writer, and if you have writer's block, it's definitely a sacral chakra block. And I live in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I'm doing this video from Florida right now. These people are racing over here. I can use these people as an example, actually. So people who have let me talk about the relation of the solar plexus chakra in relation to the sacral chakra. So the people who are insecure and the people who feel like and if you're not, okay, let me say this right now. If you are not fixing these chakras, if you're not addressing these chakras, the blockages will stay and get worse. So they'll just develop into your life and a part of who you are. So let's give an example. Someone who feels like they have to show off a lot, and basically someone who feels like they have a lack of energy to the point where they really have to get attention from others, that's a blocked solar plexus as well as a blocked sacral. Now you're asking, why is that a blocked sacral chakra? Well, your energy can be funneled into different ways. Some people might be like, oh, you have too much energy regarding your sacral chakra. It's not a thing. The only thing with too much energy is that if you have energy that is going to the wrong places. So your sacral chakra, some people are like, oh, I'm not a creative person. I'm not the type to draw. Okay, this is not that kind of creativity. Yes, it can apply to that. But if you're someone who's like a writer or something like that, and you're stuck, maybe you're a student and you can't finish a test, you can't finish a quiz, you can't finish an assignment, you can't finish a project, it's because, remember, I would like to use a tree as an example. A palm tree is a really bad example. A tree that has roots. A tree that has roots, and the roots come from the ground. You start from the root chakra. We start from the ground up. People try to work on chakras from the top to the bottom, and they wonder what's going on. They wonder what's the problem. It's because you're not working with the chakras in order. Now, one thing you can do is start with the root chakra. Work with a crystal such as hematite. Most people who have root chakra blockages are never actually addressing the root chakra, and they're having blockages of lack of energy. And the root chakra and the sacral chakra, remember, they're hand in hand. They're literally hand in hand. So these three chakras, the lower three chakras, the root chakra, which has browns, blacks, and reds, the sacral chakra, which is the orange chakra, and then the solar plexus chakra, which is the yellow chakra. My YouTube is very advanced for people who are learning about deeper spiritual information. So I probably won't teach the more simple videos just because the simple information's out there, and I will talk about it here and there, but I won't really focus on the simple information. But your sacral chakra, when it's blocked, one symptom you're going to feel as well is a lack. Like, you're just going to be at home and you're going to sit in your chair and you're going to be like, something's off, something's wrong. I feel like I'm in a fog. And just, you're going to feel like, I know something. You're going to have an intuition of being like, okay, I know something's wrong. What's going on here? So that chakra has to deal with sexuality and pleasure as well. So, and that's a very important part that I waited to get a little bit later into the video. People don't know that the sacral chakra, when it comes to sexuality, if you feel like your sexuality is blocked, and I'm not talking about lust and running around being a horn dog. No, people do that, and that's actually a sacral chakra that's extremely blocked, but they don't really know what to do with it. Keep in mind, lust is never a good thing. Lust is just, it's never a good thing. Passion's a good thing. Desire is a good thing. But if you feel lust goes into it's basically energy in the wrong place. If you look at the Bible, it talks about constantly about different stories about lust and where it leads to. So that's your passion center. That's literally, if you and your soulmate are connected through your soul, when you connect to your soulmate through your sacral chakras, you're going to have intimacy, you're going to have pleasure, you're going to have passion for each other. But in the relationship, when one of you or both of you has a blocked sacral chakra, you're going to feel a lack of anything being there. You're going to be like, this relationship's dead. I don't feel, and most of you, instead of really addressing it and working on your relationship and really working on your sacral chakras, because keep in mind, if you have a blocked sacral chakra, it's going to affect your partner as well. It's going to affect your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. It's going to affect them. And your chakra, keep in mind, energy goes from a low gradient to a higher gradient. So let's just say you have low energy and they have high energy. You're intimate with them. You kind of like sap the energy from them. Now they're acting strange. They're acting different. They don't want to be around you as much. They're not talking as much. It's because you just went from a low gradient to a high gradient. Now, if you're the high gradient and they're the low gradient, most people in the relationship will not really try to heal the relationship, and they'll just leave. They'll be like, I don't like this quality about my partner. I don't like this quality about my husband. I don't like this quality about my wife. And they'll leave instead of really helping them or work on their chakras. It could have just been your whole relationship issue could have just been a blocked sacral chakra. And it's actually, like I said, the most blocked chakra because no one's working on it. No one's ever talking about the color orange. I'm guilty of not having more orange crystals on me. I've been redoing some of my belts, which I'm not going to take them off right here because they have clasps, but I'm adding all the orange crystals to my belt because I realize the power that the sacral chakra has in creativity and new ideas and just passion and zest for life. Some of you who are feeling like you constantly have bad days, it's literally the perception of the sacral chakra moving energies up to the crown center, and you perceive every day as a bad day or like, oh, this is a rough day. You lack energy because you're not taking care of that one chakra. This is actually a chakra that people just skip around. So people will be like, oh, cool, the solar plexus chakra, citrine, manifestation. And then they'll be like, okay, what's off? Because this is not an overly talked about, or like not really an overly interesting chakra to people. So people will be like, oh, cool, the root chakra. It's the first chakra, got to work on that. Oh, the sacral chakra. Well, if I work with some root chakra or solar citrine or like hematite, for example, yeah, it's going to help the sacral chakra, but not directly. You have to be very specific when it comes to working on your sacral chakra. Now, there's certain things you can do as well. You can take orange essential oil and dilute it. Make sure you dilute it because it's very acidic, and you can put it on your solar plexus chakra. Your sacral chakra, and you're gonna feel better. You're gonna feel a little more energy, and you're gonna be like, huh? You might. I'm gonna tell you right now, your sex drive is immediately gonna go up. Make sure you start matching the other chakras as well. So when you work on your sacral chakra, one thing you might notice is an increased sex drive, and you're like, ooh, I'm ready to go. That's gonna happen because that energy just got released. It got vitalized. And make sure when that happens, because especially working with a crystal like amber clears all the blockages of a sacral chakra. You're gonna perk up and be like, oh, I want to do something right now. But keep in mind, don't let the energy go to lust. Transmute the energy into passion, because that's usually what happens when people work with their sacral chakras and they have lack of sex drive. Then now the sex drive is out of nowhere, and some people don't know how to control it. That's why you work with other chakras. After that, you work with the chakras in order. So after you work with the, oh, look at the rain start coming. After you work with the sacral chakra, work on the root chakra again, work on the solar plexus chakra, and really align your energies so that you have your energies going in the right places. So it's very important to work with not just the crystals you want to work with, but the crystals you have to work with, or you're going to have energy blocks and you're not really going to know why. And it's not really going to make much sense to you. So it might not be your favorite color. It might be your least favorite color. You can also visualize an orange ray of light covering you. And the sacral chakra and the sacral plexus, which is the in-between of the solar plexus and the sacral chakra. When you work on those, you're going to notice an improved communication with your loved one, with just everyone in general. And even if you have problems with friends and you feel like if you feel like just stuck in your chair and you're like, I don't want to do anything, working on your sacral chakra is going to change everything. You work with a crystal such as carnelian, you'll never think it's that powerful. Carnelian is the ultimate sacral chakra stone. It's the easiest one to work with. If you want to go with something extreme and you want to just purify your chakras, work with sunstone. That's a really easy stone to just get the energy going again, just to feel vitalized. You're going to feel happy and perked up out of nowhere. You're going to be like, whoa, where'd this energy come from? And make sure you recognize that it's your sacral chakras, because people will work with the sacral chakra once. They'll feel like everything's fixed. They didn't know that the problem was their sacral chakra, and they never work with it again. Now that's an issue, but like I said, this is not the most interesting chakra for most people. Most people have blocked sacral chakras and don't even know it. That's what this whole video is about. You might as well know this right now. Most of the people you see in public are suffering from blocked sacral chakras. Now, just complete chaos and disorder is going around in the city. We're approaching end time, so nothing surprises me. I'm gonna walk over here so you guys don't hear the fire alarm or whatever, someone breaking into something over there. But with your sacral chakra, most of why people are really aggressive is because of this chakra. So when you start working on this chakra, once you start really taking care of this chakra, you'll also notice your communication improves. Your gifts start to open, because if your energy is trapped right here, but it's making it up to here to energize this chakra, but the energy is stuck, it's not flowing right, you're going to notice a major change in a lot of your gifts. You're going to be like, okay, I'm having more intuition. I'm having more just different powers and gifts open up within you. You're like, where'd that come from? It came from you working with your lower chakras, because just think about it like a tree again. Think about the roots and the trunk and the water traveling up, and the water is the energy. The water travels up your other chakras and makes it to your brain and then goes back down. It cycles. So one thing you can do to open some of your gifts is by working with your sacral chakra. You'll actually notice life seems so much more sunny and bright, and it feels so much better when you work with your so if I say sacral chakra instead of solar plexus chakra, I meant to say your sacral chakra, because the sacral and solar chakras are very, very close to each other, but you do have to work on them both separately. You can't just work on one to cover the other one. It can help, but it's not always going to help. So you have any questions, this video is very, very straightforward. It's people's most blocks. I said blocks twice in this video. People's most blocked chakras. Look what's going on down there. It's like a tornado, and wind's picking them. People's most blocked chakras starts with the sacral chakra. The solar plexus, yes, that's where you store your emotions, your feelings. That's where you store a lot of your energy. Look what's happening with this weather. At least I get to catch us on camera without the tripod. It's literally like a tornado happening, and everything's starting to blow away right now. So I'm going to get in my car very soon, before whatever that is comes over here. Might be able to move that around, but yeah, if you have any questions, ask in the comment section. Until then, I will see you guys next time. Ciao!